I wanted to open this video with a story. I went camping with a buddy of mine. We both purchased some really cheap, like Amazon hammocks. We had to hike into a campsite. It was a couple miles. What ended up happening while we were there is the hammock that my friend was using, it ripped open right out of the bottom. And that was the first time he was using it. So if you're using these hammocks pretty frequently, you'll want to get one of the nicer ones. The more expensive ones are going to have better stitching. It's going to have higher quality material. It's going to be much sturdier for you to use. There's a couple customizations that they made to this relative to a traditional hammock. Most hammocks are very banana shaped. On the side right here, it has these bungee cords that allow you to stretch out what people are calling a shelf. So then on the other side, you'll notice right here a bungee that you also tie on this side to the ground. And that's going to allow you, whenever you lay down in it, it's going to allow you to keep the netting away from your face. And that's really important whenever you're camping, because one thing that happens in these more traditional hammocks, the banana-shaped hammocks, the net gets in your face, which then allows the mosquitoes to kind of buzz in your ear. And sometimes if it's close enough, they can even bite through the netting and bite you. And that's really annoying to be dealing with at night whenever you're trying to sleep. Another really, really nice addition that they added, nice customization, and that also on this side creates an extra, a bit of a weird shape around it. So it comes down and then flattens out here, and then goes back down to the other end. Currently inside the hammock, just gonna hang out for a bit. Oh.
6.5 hours later.
You'll notice inside this hammock, this foot box exists, which makes it so as if your feet almost have their own hammock. And that's really, really handy, or footy, I guess. But basically, whenever you lay down in this hammock, because you're laying side to side, it almost basically flattens you out, and it becomes extremely, extremely comfortable to lay in this thing. This is what one of the big differences between this hammock and other hammocks is. Other hammocks, you can try laying like this on this leg right here. Other hammocks will usually be pulling it in, will be pushing this, the ankle of my right leg in. And that's really, really annoying. That's something that Warbonnet seems to have fixed. You'll notice this netting on some other hammocks, the one that I've had, it has some ridge lines to hold up, but you have to set up 2 different ridge lines, and it's just a whole hassle versus this. They just have the bungee cords that just keeps it right off your face, and it's really, really nice. On this side right here, this is where the hammock shelf is. A little compartment to be able to put I have my glasses in there, I have my phone. When you're ordering the Warbonnet, you're gonna have a couple different styles of hanging ropes that you can use. Either like the ropes that you can kind of just hoop a carabiner through. That is a carabiner right there. So you can sometimes find them, you'll have carabiners that you can put through the hoops, or you have these double, I can't remember what they're called, double D clips or something. This holds it just fine. Some people like doing an extra like half trucker's hitch or something to tighten it. You can if you want to. I haven't had any issues with just leaving it as is. And I'm 250 pounds, so I'm a bigger dude. Yeah, hopefully you guys can see me good there. Very simply. So if you go to my channel, I have a video called the 3 best camping / survival knots. In that video, I taught you guys how to tie a bowline knot. And a bowline knot is basically just like a hoop at the end of the rope. Similar to a bowline, this carabiner here, you're gonna wrap it around the tree. So you just wrap it around the tree and you grab the carabiner and you put it through, and that holds it in place. And those carabiners are weighted for like 1,000 pounds or something, so unlikely for you to break those. And then you just basically pull on this and you tighten it. All right, so one thing you'll want to do, which fortunately I've already got naturally because we're at a bit of a decline here. One thing you'll want to do is whenever you're setting up, this goes for all hammocks, you'll want to set up head end of the hammock a little bit lower than the foot end, because this is going to naturally cause your upper torso, whenever you're laying in the hammock, to lay flat, and then your feet are going to be a little bit elevated, which, unless you have like a snake bite, is generally going to be a more comfortable position. The reason I say snake bite is if you ever get bit by a snake, you don't want to elevate your feet above your heart. That is a terrible idea, which some people seem to not understand, but this isn't a video about snakes. And then one other thing that the Blackbird has that I love is this built-in ridge line. Not that long to set up a ridge line with the rope, the knots that I taught you guys in my video on the 3 best knots. It's still one less thing to do. So because normally you would have to set up a ridge line for whatever hammock you're using. The hammock that I used to use, which was like a cheap $30 one, had 2 ridge lines that you had to set up before you set up your hammock. So that was also really annoying. So this one, a lot simpler. All right, guys, so that's gonna conclude the Warbonnet Blackbird XLC review. I have a couple hours of daylight left. I'm gonna take advantage and enjoy them. I didn't just come here for the review. I came here to relax and chill. Thing I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, be sure to check out that video that I posted. I'm gonna put it right here. It's gonna have the 3 best knots that you can use for setting up a ridgeline if you ever have some other hammock that doesn't have a ridgeline built in. And also you can use it for setting up a tarp. So check that out. It's right somewhere on the screen right now. And yeah, catch you guys in the next video.